Right, people, here's another example I'm going to work through. If I'm going back to Blackboard there, oh, it's the wrong place. Here we go. It's in exercise 1 there. If I scroll down, and I'm going to do number 10. Number 10. By the way, that answers there are wrong. The answer should be 761 newtons, and that 438 Newton is correct. I'll say it again. That first answer there should be 761 newtons. And 438 Newton, that one's correct. Okay, that was a mistake there. I'm going to do number 10, and number 10 looks like such. Okay, when has 5 equally spaced radial spokes all in tension. Okay, that means they're all pulling away from a point. If the tensions of 3 consecutive spokes, what does consecutive mean? It can mean, consecutive means any 3 taken in order. So if I start at a particular one of the spokes and I go clockwise and anti-clockwise, I can make 5 and a 6 and a 7. I can take any one in that order, go backwards, go to the right, go. But okay, so consecutive means taking them in order as they come there in the question. Okay, as long as you follow that, you will get the correct answer no matter where you start. But if you take them in any order, it will be wrong. The question says, find the tensions in the other 2 spokes. Right, let me draw it out. Pictures are always good. Right, I'm going to do a greeny one, straight lines. I'm going to draw my north-south lines. I'm going to draw it like so. I'll make it nice and big. I'm not going to do the whole one. You can do it yourself. I'm just going to kickstart you off. There's my north-south lines. Okay. So there's north, south, east, west. So I don't even know east and west. I'm confused. I'm lost. I found myself again. I'm back. Okay. North, south, east, west. Okay. Right. Then it says as 5. Now, I'm going to draw my 5 spokes like so. So there's my one. I'm drawing it on there. Okay. Now remember, 5 equally spokes. So what's the angles between the 5 spokes? Yes, clever. You got it right. It's 360 divided by 5 is equal to 72. Don't believe me. Work it out for yourself. Okay. So if there's 5 spokes, that means the angles between each spoke is 72 degrees. So it's going to look like this. And it's going to look like that. Okay. And it's going to look like this. And it's going to look like so. Wow, don't draw it as nice with my eyes. There we go. There's something like this. Okay. So there's a force acting there. And there's a force acting over there. Remember, it's all pulling away. Well, that one's a bit not so lekker, but I will take it for okay. Right. It says if the tensions of 3 consecutive spokes. Consecutive means I can start then and take 3. I can go 3. Doesn't matter. I'm going to start here. 500 Newton. 600 Newton. Notice consecutive. I can't go there and go. No, I can't do that. It's going to be around 700 Newton. If I start 500 there and I go 500, 600, 700, it will be correct. If I go 500, 600, it will be correct. If I go 500, 600, it will be all fine. They must be consecutive. But I chose to make 500 starting on my vertical. Right? Find the tensions in the other 2 spokes. Okay, so I'm going to call it T1 for tension 1. And I'm going to call it T2 for tension 2. Okay, right, so what's the next thing? Resolve into components all the ones that's not on a horizontal or vertical. I'm going to change the color here. Right, so the angles, very important. What's that angle inside there? 72. Sorry. 72 degrees. 72 degrees. Now remember, that angle there is 72 degrees. Okay? Okay, so that's 72, 72, 72, 72, 72. What's that angle there? That angle there is 90 minus 72. 90 minus 72 is equal to 18 degrees. That's 18 degrees over there because of the symmetry. Okay, right. That angle there is 72. So that one there is going to be 72 minus 18, which is how much? It's 54 degrees. Remember, we want angles between the force and the horizontal, or we want angles between the force and the vertical. Important, okay? We can't use angles between forces. It's wrong, like I said in the previous one. That's 54 degrees. What is that equal to? That's equal to 90 minus 54, which is how much? It is 36 degrees. 36 degrees. 36 degrees. Before we start, check it. Okay, this plus this plus this plus this must be 180. So I'm going to say 72 plus 18 plus 54 plus 36 is equal to 180. Brilliant. Times 2, 360. There we go. Sorted. 72, 72, 72, but I've got angles between forces and the verticals, or angles between the forces and the horizontal. Now we're good to go. Now we can resolve into components, right? And I'm going to resolve this one here, like so. And I'm going to resolve this one like so, and that one like so. And I'm going to resolve this one. Notice they all start from an origin and they all go in the generally same direction. So that's 18. So that's going to be 600 cos. Oh, sorry, man. I need to just take the straight line thingy off this thingy, and then it will be a nice thingy. 600 cos 18. And that's 600 times sine of the same angle. And that's going to be 700 cos 54, 700 cos 54. And that's going to be 700 sine of that same angle. Right? Do we resolve this one? No, it's on the vertical, so we leave it. Yippee. One less one to do. Right? That there is 72 degrees. I'm going to use that angle, so that's going to be T1. That's going to be T1 cos 72 degrees. And that's going to be T1 sine 72 degrees. I'm going to use that angle inside there, okay? Just to show you can use different angles correctly. So that's going to be T2 cos 36. T2 cos 36 degrees. And that's going to be T2 sine of that same angle. There we go. If I use that angle there, that one will be T2 cos 54, and that will be T2 sine 54. It is the same thing. But if I make this sine 54 and I make this, if I make that cos 36 and I make that sine 36, it is going to be wrong. Right? What's the next thing? Some verticals and some horizontals. So I say the sum of the vertical forces is equal to 0. Why is it 0? Because the system is in equilibrium, and we use that fact to find T1 and T2, right? Vertical forces, how many vertical forces do I have? 5. Plus, plus, minus, minus, plus. It doesn't matter the order, just take them all, okay? So it's plus that, plus this one, minus that one, minus that one, plus that one, equal to 0. Can I solve it? No, because I've got two unknowns in one equation, right? Then I state the sum of the horizontals equal to 0. How many do we have? 4. Plus this, minus that, equal to 0. Now I'll have two equations with T1 and T2 as both unknowns in both equations, and I can solve them simultaneously. And when I go back to what I'm looking at Blackboard there, I said there, the answers must be 761 newtons and 438 newtons. That's the correct answer. Make a note. Okay, doesn't matter what you get, but one of them will be 761 newtons and one of them will be 438 newtons. And when you solve that correctly here, so one of that is 761 and one of that is 438. And when you get that, yippee, you can put a nice big tick on there for say, job well done. And when you're done there, you go to the next one, number 11, same way, and so you go on, and so you go on, and so you go on. Okay. And people, once you got there, once you've done that, that's exercise 1. Then you go to exercise 2. And you go to exercise 3. I'm going to Blackboard if I get out of there. All that is exercise 1. You go to exercise 2. You exercise 3. You do all of them like I said to you. Because when I asked you the test, I said questions out of that, or ones that's very similar out of that. I might even take the same picture and I change the values, and you've got to solve them all from the beginning. But if you've done them all, when you see the exam, nothing will be new to you, so you won't get shocked. You won't go, and you won't feel any stress. You'll only feel structural stress, and you won't feel any emotional stress. Do you know what I mean? Right. Okay, people, that is how you do that one there. I think that's all I want to say there. I might do another example, another one or two for the next lesson, but that's all that I want to do now. Maybe while I'm here by number 13, I'm going to make it bigger. Let me say something here, number 13. I'm going to try and write the number 13. Number 13 says, and a light fixture is weighing there. It's fixed there with angles over there. It says find the tensions in the ropes BC and CA. I'm going to see if I can write on there. Tools, comment, pencil. Here we go. Let me see if I can write on there. Now people, you want to work around this joint here, okay? So this one is going down like so. And this one is going that way. This one is going that way. Let me make this a bit thinner. One, there we go. Okay. So what you do is you resolve this forces into the, oh, now so thin. Yeah. Goes from one extreme to the other extreme. That one like this. That one is going to be like that. You can call this BC or T1, okay? So that's 45 degrees, so that angle there is 45 degrees. So this is going to be BC sine 45, BC cos 45. If it's 45 degrees, it doesn't matter because it's the same, okay? What's the angle inside there? 60. So this is going to be, what's it up? What's it up there? Let's call it AC. So this one here is going to be AC cos 60, AC sine 60. Okay, AC cos 60. That's going to be AC sine 60. Okay, so that's going to be BC cos 45, BC sine 45. That one is going to be AC cos 60, AC sine 60. And this here going vertically downwards is a P, 50 newtons. I just wrote it in again. Okay, so how do you solve them? You sum verticals. Verticals you're going to have plus this one, minus 15 equal to 0. Horizontally, you're going to have plus AC cos 60 minus BC sine 45. Maybe I should just write it in. Okay, I'll say again. Vertically, you're going to have plus AC sine 60 plus BC cos 45 minus 15 is equal to 0. Horizontally, you're going to have plus AC cos 60 minus BC sine 45 equal to 0 because there's only two horizontal forces acting. Solve simultaneously, and the answers that you must get should be equal to, there's it, AC, almost 11 newtons, BC, almost 8 newtons. Once you get that over there, you get something like that there, then you know you're doing just fine. Okay, do all of them. Okay, people, if you don't ask me any questions, I know you know it all, or you're not doing it and you're not asking me any questions. Okay, people, that's enough for this lesson. I might do one or two on that, and then you'll be all done with the topics on forces, resultants, and vectors, etc. Okay, and I'll see you in the next video.